Hello, I'm Dr. Gloria Horsley.
And I'm her daughter, Dr. Heidi Horsley.
Heidi and I want to welcome you to Open to Hope Conversations, the podcast.
We believe that the greatest gift you can give yourself after a loss is hope, using this moment to connect with others who have not only survived but thrived.
So let's get started. Welcome to the Open to Hope show. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Horsley, with my daughter and co-host,
Dr. Heidi Horsley.
Well, Heidi, I love having creative people on the show, and particularly people really moving out there in the face of grief and loss and trying to do things in remembrance. It's just such an inspiration.
Absolutely, especially when people are talking about sibling loss, because I just don't think there's enough voices out there in the world that are talking about this topic. And so I'm always, and given that I'm a bereaved sibling, I love it. And I love that our guest today, Lita, is here to talk about her brother and to talk in general about how to find hope and light again after a loss.
Lita, welcome to our show today.
Hi, thank you very, very much for having me.
Lita has written, produced, and stars in the short film, The Good Balloon.
She's an actor, and she has a bachelor's degree in acting and writing from the University of Evansville, and she's been working in film and TV, and you just got to go online and see all the amazing work she's done. And she also teaches billiards.
I know, that's great.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
You teach it in LA, but only to women, right?
Yes, so it's called Ladies Night Billiards Lessons, and the idea is to get a group of your girlfriends together, and I'll go and teach you the basics of pool, because I think women are just as good at it as men. They just don't have the experience.
I want to launch into what we're talking about today, and a grieving sister finds a ray of light amidst the darkness with the help of an unusual balloon. Talk to us about your brother Noel, who was murdered in 2008, and how you ended up writing, producing, and starring in this short film, The Good Balloon.
Well, so this is a true story that actually happened very shortly after he passed. He was going to the Art Institute in Seattle, and he was also bipolar. So he fell into a manic episode and was refusing treatment, and just got into a dangerous situation that he couldn't get out of. He such a genius, such a smart kid, excelled in anything he attempted. He was an athlete, he was an artist, his artwork is just beautiful. Super smart kid with so much potential that just couldn't.
Let's take a look at the clip right now.
From The Good Balloon.
The Good Balloon. A grieving sister finds a ray of light amidst the darkness.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
With the help of an unusual balloon. Inspired by actual events, this is a true story. This is a miracle story.
Hi, I'm Lita Lopez, and this is my brother, Noel. Athlete, artist, musician, scholar, thinker, spiritual seeker, devoted friend, brother, son, uncle, all around amazing human being. And also bipolar. Like many, he refused treatment, which led him into a dangerous situation he could not escape. When he died, the loss was indescribably devastating for my entire family and everyone who loved Noel. When we were growing up in a family of 9 children, making ends meet was sometimes a challenge, but my mom would always come home with these miracle stories or good deeds of the day. Sometimes she had helped out a friend or stranger in need, but most often it was a miracle story about receiving just what she needed in a moment of crisis, like running out of gas, or someone had provided a miraculous free dinner from an unexpected source, or she found some amazing sale where she could get all of our school clothes dirt cheap. And when you have 9 children, a miraculous free dinner or dirt cheap clothes is a miracle indeed. Sometimes the stories were small, and sometimes they were a lot bigger than that. Well, this story, The Good Balloon, this is a true story, and this is a miracle story. This is the actual balloon, what's left of it, that came to me with a message of hope on a very dark day. This is where you come in. We want to share this story with everyone we can. We want to make this film in service to those who grieve, struggle with their mental health, or otherwise live in a state of darkness. We need a few more good deeds and miracle stories to make this happen. Please consider a contribution to The Good Balloon. Thank you for your time. Now go do something nice for yourself.
Don't look down when you make your way across the bridges in your life. Don't look down.
Wow, what an amazing kid. That's and the pictures you've got and all about him, and I wondered how is it for you as an artist to get so close to this now? Is it painful, or what happens to you?
Yes.
And you're gonna star in it.
Yes. So it's been a necessary journey. So it's been part of my whole grief journey to finally get to this point of making this film, because we always wanted to honor him and remember him and keep his spirit alive, but it really just took a very long time to kind of get ready to do
You're
it.
about 10 years now, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's almost like I'm going back to the beginning of the grief a little bit. So it's challenging, but it's going to be so worth it once the film is made, because I just, I'm doing it in service to anyone who is grieving, because this experience I had with this balloon, although it didn't magically cure everything and take all the grief away, it still gave me a, like it says, a ray of light. It gave me hope. And it really made me feel still close to him. So the basic story, and I'm not going to give everything away, but the
No.
basic story is that I was having, really, really terrible day. Just going through our conversations and this battle that he was having between the dark and the light and the good and the bad, because he was bipolar. So he was really in his own mind struggling with these two polar opposites. And I was reliving all of this, and then out on the street, like trying to catch a bus, and I missed my bus and just having the worst day. And I see on the sidewalk, look up. And I look up, and there in the sky is this black balloon, like way, way, way far up in the sky.
I have chills.
This black balloon. And then I see that it's starting to descend. And then it's descending faster. And basically, I was able to kind of run through the streets of LA, and it came right to me.
So you're doing other things while you're going to be on Nickelodeon coming up.
Yeah.
And
Very soon. So TV show Henry Danger. I'm in episode 512.
you also do improv in LA. We want people to know about
I
that.
perform at a theater called LA Connection. We're in Burbank on Magnolia Boulevard. I perform Saturday nights at 8. My group is called Temporary Insanity. When I'm on stage, I often say it's like going to church for me. It's like the place where I feel most spiritually connected, interacting with an audience and being able to make people laugh. I love making people laugh, and I realize that it is a service. Our goal as comedians is to help people forget their troubles for a little while. So it definitely, for me, being able to do that helped me too. I was able to forget my troubles, like being able to be on stage and just be present, not dwelling in the darkness, just being open and receptive was very, very helpful to me. Why I want to do this film is, for anyone to know, you're not alone, and it's okay to talk about it. We just don't talk about grief enough. It's like, most workplaces, you get 3 days off and then you're expected to be back at work. 3 days is like, you're still in shock after 3 days. You know this. Like, we need to be more open to just feeling it all and letting it all, the whole process is.
And it sounds like when you're acting, you can really get in touch with emotions and let out all these different emotions through whatever kind of role you're playing.
Yeah. There's always going to be a hole in your heart and soul where that person lived. But I want to be able to do something more with that and help anyone else who's in that really deep state of despair.
How can we find you?
So you can find me at Lita Lopez Actor on Facebook, and then also the film itself is facebook.com/The Good Balloon Film. I want that page to also be a safe space to talk. I want people to share stories and share their loved ones' pictures, photos, whatever, to keep them alive. They're not so far away. That's really what the balloon taught me, was like, okay, he's gone, but he's still with me.
Thank you so much for all the work you're doing, for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a real pleasure.
Thanks, Lita. And I really believe that Noel is your shining light and your guiding light in all this. He is leading the way. And as you said, he showed you through the balloon, Yeah. So I love this. I love that you're building awareness for sibling loss and letting people know that our loss is just as significant as any other kind of loss.
Absolutely.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Our little brothers die.
Yeah.
So our heart goes out to you and to all of those out there that are trying to figure out how not only to survive, but to thrive after sibling loss.
Thanks everybody for watching and listening to this show today. And Heidi and I always want to remind you that if you've lost hope, please lean on ours until you find your own, and God bless.
I'm Dr. Heidi Horsley. You have been listening to Open to Hope, the podcast. You can follow Open to Hope on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. To learn more, visit us at opentohope.com and go to Apple Podcasts to subscribe. I'm Dr. Gloria Horsley. Join us again next week for another Open to Hope conversation, where we invite you to lean on our hope until you find your own.